from fame. He did not want any fame. So when it seemed some fame was coming to him, he quickly left. However, that fame followed him, and he decided to use it for Krishna's service. So he was able to collect this sandalwood, which was a very difficult task, and he was on his way back to Vrindavan and stopped in Ramuna. As he stopped in Ramuna, as he was approaching Puri, so when he was returning to Vrindavan from Puri, he stopped in Ramuna again. And then he had another dream. This is where we left off. Okay. Ramuna is on the way to Vrindavan, so they stopped there. Again, everyone recognized Madhavendra Puri, and he was received with great honor and reverence. The servitors of Gopinath gave him much kheer prasadam and other kinds of prasadam. That night, again a dream came to him, in which Gopal told him, "Myself and Gopinath are non-different. It's not necessary for you to bring this sandalwood all the way to Vrindavan." So this is the Gopal who Madhavendra Puri installed in Govardhan. He's appearing and saying that this deity of Gopinath, who's in Ramuna, he's non-different from me. So instead of carrying this heavy load all the way here, you can stay there, offer it to Gopinath, and in that way it will also come to me. So it's not necessary for you to bring the sandalwood all the way to Vrindavan. Offer it to Gopinath and give full worship and regard to him with this sandalwood, and I shall receive it in that way. Madhavendra Puri was astonished, thinking, "How merciful Gopal is to me. He has again instructed me." Then he engaged 2 more men to grind the sandalwood, and it was offered all over Gopinath's body for the entire summer season, because sandalwood is very cooling. So we would see also in Navadvip that during the very hot time of year, then daily the pujaris would rub some. Always you're offering some sandalwood, right? But some larger quantity they're putting on the body of the deity. And on maybe. Srila Swami Maharaj Prabhupada, that was like something that he is very well known for. It would keep him cool. So Srila Swami Maharaj Prabhupada, we know he applied that very regularly. I'm not sure about Srila Sridhar Maharaj. I haven't heard.
I saw in Friday he might have some sandalwood on his head.
Maybe it's possible. It's possible.
But I think in that instance, I was thinking of Swami Maharaj.
Maybe, because that was a very common practice of his. Srila Swami Maharaj Prabhupada also, he had something of a kingly demeanor, kingly nature. Whereas I imagine Srila Sridhar Maharaj maybe being a little shy for that. It's just different moods, like Srila Saraswati Thakur, he had very grand style, and nature. But Srila Sridhar Maharaj's style was, very simple, and he preferred like that. Like the Goswamis, Gurudev compared him to the way that the 6 Goswamis lived. That was Srila Sridhar Maharaj's style. And Gurudev, he told how so the Swami Maharaj, he had this kind of kingly nature, and how he could, even when he was very poor and he was losing money in his business, he would still always travel first class on the train. And Srila Sridhar Maharaj, he would always travel 3rd class or 2nd class on the train. And And Gurudev said that Srila Swami Maharaj joked about it, and he told Srila Sridhar Maharaj, I will preach to the first class people, and you can preach to the third class people. So, different styles, different moods, the Vaishnavas. And Srila Sridhar Maharaj, people would give him new clothes, and he didn't like to wear it, he might, if someone gave him some new scarf, he might wear it for a little while to please them, and then when they were gone, he'd put back on his old scarf. We've heard things like that. Very simple nature. And Ashram Maharaj told how when maybe it was his very first meeting, or one of his early meetings with Srila Sridhar Maharaj, and he went up to see him, and Srila Sridhar Maharaj was a little disheveled, and let's say agreeable negligence is a nice comment. And Gurudev had the upper cloth of Srila Sridhar Maharaj, and so he threw it to Srila Sridhar Maharaj, tidy up a little bit. You have a guest here. But it's just very sweet. This very intimate exchange, Gurudev just throwing him his cloth. And Ashram Maharaj said, he was coming from ISKCON, everything was, very together, big profile, and everyone's dressed very sharp, very nice, and so this was very refreshing for him, this very intimate family mood, a little, very, more relaxed on that front, this is the great Gaudiya Charja, Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, and it's totally indifferent, to his dress, his appearance. And in his very last days, he became more and more like that, to the point where he, would wear practically nothing, And Gurudev said that when he was just completely withdrawing to a higher world. And Gurudev said that when, Srila Sridhar Maharaj, they had a very special relationship, and, I've heard from some of the older devotees that, sometimes their impression was that, we say Srila Sridhar Maharaj was the guru and Srila Govinda Maharaj was the disciple, but a few persons, Yudamanyu Prabhu and one or two others, they said sometimes it appeared to be the other way around. And Srila Sridhar Maharaj had some special regard for Srila Gurudev. And Gurudev mentioned how when he would go up to see Srila Sridhar Maharaj in those last days, then he would tell one of his servants, Govinda Maharaj is coming, have to sharpen up a little bit, smarten up a little bit. He'd put on some more clothes. And really extraordinary thing. We just have a small glimpse, of what their relationship was. It's the most extraordinary thing. And Gurudev also mentioned how in the very last moments of Srila Sridhar Maharaj, he asked Gurudev, and maybe it was something he did on occasion in those last days, in those last moments also, he asked Gurudev to rub his head, which is an extraordinary thing, because that's something that, a junior will ask a senior to do something like that, So for a guru to ask his own disciple to do that, And Gurudev, he told of that in one talk. He was speaking not long after Srila Sridhar Maharaj left. And he was speaking in, a very, kind of raw mood. And he said, Gurudev said, I know the meaning of that, but I am not saying. It's the most extraordinary thing, When we had the opportunity to go into Srila Sridhar Maharaj's veranda, it was so, special, because that was their place, where their, Gurudev and Srila Sridhar Maharaj, their pastimes went on there. For me, Srila Sridhar Maharaj's veranda is extra special. And, for many persons I see, they get really excited about going to Srila Sridhar Maharaj's veranda, but not for the reason that I do. For me, it was more, it wasn't just that this is Srila Sridhar Maharaj's place of bhajan, but that this was the combined place of bhajan of Srila Sridhar Maharaj and Srila Govinda Maharaj, Gurudev's veranda is Gurudev's veranda, but where is Gurudev's heart? The Gurudev is more present there. That's what it means to me, And Gurudev, he was very, I don't say this to everybody, because some persons, they're really eager, to go in there. But Gurudev was actually, a little shy to go there, It's kind of like when you have babies and they're very enthusiastic, then you just kind of accommodate them and, give them the candy that they want, right? So he would go along with what devotees wanted, but, privately, there were some comments he made, like Yudamanyu Prabhu told me, the devotee who was taking care of the veranda at one time, this is in Gurudev's time, took him up there one day. And then later Yudamanyu mentioned it to Gurudev. I went up and paid dandavat there. And Gurudev looked at him, and you went there? You don't just walk in there. Unless you have a real service necessity, you can't just go in there like that. And there's also one talk of Gurudev's, a few months, it was 2 or 3 months after Srila Sridhar Maharaj left. I think it was October 88, and Srila Sridhar Maharaj left in September 88. Because Gurudev, for the first, I don't know how long it was, 1 year, 2 years, maybe it was just 6 months, I think it was for a couple years after Srila Sridhar Maharaj left, Gurudev would do all of his initiations there. You'll see in the old videos, all the initiations. There's a recording of Lalita's initiation and Bhakti Lalita, I think Sita, maybe Vishakha. No, not. No, that was in Australia, Vishakha. But anyway, some of the devotees we know, you'll see. In the beginning, he did all the initiations there. And there was a recording of the first initiations he did there after Srila Sridhar Maharaj left. And Gurudev said in his talk, he said, this is the first time I'm coming here since Guru Maharaj left, and it is only for seva. I'm only coming here to do this seva, like that. Otherwise I won't come. So it was a very, again, what we were talking about the other day, with our, very neophyte mentality, we take things very cheaply, but for those who have the proper regard, all such things are very sacred, and there's that caution in approaching all these things. So, and I had many devotees, had the service of cleaning there at different times. So that was how I would go in at different periods to do that service. And it always, always felt, such a I mean, we don't want to say, oh, I'm feeling this and feeling that, but it felt, like very holy environment to be there and just to remember, like, this is where Srila Maharaj would sit and Gurudev would sit here, and, all of their exchanges that went on there. And their pastimes, they're going on, they're continuing. When Srila Maharaj's samadhi manifest, and that was, Gurudev every day going out with his cane, like drawing in the earth. That was how he didn't make architectural plans. That samadhi mandir, that's like, for me, that's more beautiful than the Taj Mahal, Like, that's an extraordinary, just from a material perspective, that's an extraordinary architectural, work, that Samadhi Mandir. Gurudev didn't draw architectural plans for that. That was him, like, going out every day and making some marks in the grounds to the builders, and, like this, like that, that, and day by day, it wasn't like he thought it out, Like, that was how that came out. And Gurudev said, like, I'm not planning this actually. Like, it's manifesting. It's descending from above. And he made this comment, extraordinary comment, that Guru Maharaj's pastimes are eternal. His Leela is eternal. And so, like, actually all of this is already existing. Like, this temple is already existing. And he said, through the service of the devotees, it's coming out. Okay.
This is now a very auspicious day.
Because we can remember these things. I don't know how we got on to that. Trying to pick up my thread now. At Madhavendra Puri. Sandalwood. You have a sharp brain. Sandalwood. Simplicity. But there was actually, because Srila Swami Maharaj, he had this style. One of his disciples actually made a temple for him with, I think it was even like he put a crown on Swami Maharaj. Like, did you hear about that? Yeah, they actually, is it still going, that temple?
If it's the one I'm thinking of, I think that has some issues. I think it's being maintained, but not a public thing anymore. Okay,
because there was some controversy about that, But what I appreciate is just like, it's a simple mood of the disciple, because they saw this type of, majestic mood, and so, they were inspired to do that. There's a whole discussion, I can't remember it now. I only found out about it because one recording of Srila Maharaj, there's some disciples of Swami Maharaj who are telling him about this, and like they were disturbed by this, That was how I heard about it. And Srila Maharaj, as I recall, took a very magnanimous view to the whole thing, as he would, as he often would. Very broad and a very generous view of things. Okay, so Madhavendra Puri has received a third significant dream. And Gopal has told him can give this sandalwood to Gopinath instead of coming all the way here, trekking all the way back here with the heavy load. Madhavendra Puri was astonished, thinking, how merciful Gopal is to me. He has again instructed me. Then he engaged 2 more men to grind the sandalwood, and it was offered all over Gopinath's whole body for the entire summer season. Every day, Madhavendra Puri joins the arati of Gopinath, and by the Lord's will, thousands of people visited, and grand festivals were conducted by the grace of Srila Madhavendra Puri. Gopal was happy with his service. Gopal had told him, it's not necessary for you to return to Vrindavan, but you will see me here in Vimuna, and thus attain everything. Madhavendra Puri stayed there, and after that he departed the world at that very place of Vimuna. We have seen there the Samadhi temple of Srila Madhavendra Puri, a very small and charming temple. Thus Mahaprabhu tasted the ecstasy of the story of Madhava Puri. Madhavendra Puri, before he disappeared, was very much intoxicated by Krishna Prema, divine love, and he felt severely the separation of Krishna. He was always crying in that separation. Ishvara Puri served Madhavendra Puri for that last period of his pastimes in this world. Ishvara Puri rendered his personal service to the last detail, for which Madhavendra Puri praised him so much. In his deep mood of separation, at that time, Madhavendra Puri sang a particular shloka, and Mahaprabhu heard that shloka from Ishvara Puri, and Mahaprabhu tasted that shloka with his devotees in Vimuna Dham. And this is that shloka. Ayi Dina, this is the highest verse in all of existence, as it is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita and told by our Gurudev. Ayi Dina Dayarja Nata He Mathura Nata Kadavalokya Se Hridayam Tvada Loka Kataram Dayita Brahmyati Kim Karomyaham. Again and again chanting the shloka, Mahaprabhu was overwhelmed in his ecstasy. Mahaprabhu said that this shloka was the direct words of Radharani, revealed in the heart of Madhavendra Puri. Krishnadas Kaviraj has given this very beautiful explanation. E shloka kohiyachan Radha Thakurani, tar kripai spuriyache Madhavendravani, Kibagor Chandri Iha Koreasvadan, Iha Asvaditear Nahi Chota Jam. Radharani was very much intoxicated with the mood of separation from Krishna, and she cried for Krishna with this shloka. And that kind of pain in the separation of Krishna appeared in the heart of Madhavendra Puri. Mahaprabhu said that no one in this world can fully understand the substance of this shloka. It was chanted by Radharani and revealed in the heart of Madhavendra Puri, and he tasted that separation. And now Gaura Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is tasting that shloka. There is no 4th person who can taste it properly. So this is this very bold statement in Chaitanya Charitamrita. No 4th person. Srimati Radharani, Madhavendra Puri, and Mahaprabhu himself. No 4th person. When I heard this shloka from Srila Guru Maharaj, the question immediately arose in my mind. Present there is Nityananda Prabhu, who is the disciple of Madhavendra Puri, and many other greatly qualified personalities were present there. But Kaviraj Goswami said, Iha asvadite ar nahi chota jam. No 4th person can taste it. That type of wealth is in this shloka. If we try to understand the internal wealth of this shloka, we must fail. Only by the mercy of Radharani can it be tasted. When will that day come? Maybe it will never come, no doubt, but by the grace of Radharani, in her non-different form of Gurudev, that mood of separation may be revealed in our hearts. We have heard various explanations of this shloka from Guru Maharaj. And when he was tasting the shloka, I was amazed to see his face. By his extraordinary expression, we could get a glimpse of the great depth of his divine feelings for this highest of the high and finest quality of divine essence. Everything that Mahaprabhu Chaitanya Dev gave to the world is within this shloka, as the very gist of Krishna Prema. Many varieties of moods of devotion are present within the shloka, and that was explained by Srila Guru Maharaj. How much have we got that? We hesitate even to think about it. And Kaviraj Goswami cautioned us to be conscious of our own position. E shloka kohiyachen radha takurani tar kripai spuriyache Madhavendra vani. If Radharani had not been merciful to Madhavendra Puri, it was impossible for this to have been revealed in his heart, and he would never have chanted it. And Krishna himself tasted it in the form of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna with the heart and halo of Radharani. Therefore, Krishnadas Kaviraj says that really there is no fourth person who can taste it. Still, by the grace of Madhavendra Puri, that mood may be revealed within our hearts, but we cannot expect it. We are living in this mundane world, full of illusion, and when the illusion leaves our vision, and the transcendental world will reveal itself in our hearts and before us, that day we may understand something of it by the grace of Radharani in her non-different form of Gurudev. You know in the Brahma Samhita the famous shloka, Shriya Kanta Kanta Parama Purusha Kalpatarava. Do you know that verse? You recognize? Okay, we're coming to that verse. Juma Gurudev really loved this verse. It's a description of Vrindavan. You know, where every step is a dance, where every word is a song, where all the water is nectar, all the trees are wish-fulfilling trees, where the earth is made of chintamani, conscious touchstone, where time does not move without Krishna's will, like that. Where the light is conscious and ecstatic. This is Vrindavan Dham. Shriya Kanta Kanta Parama Purusha Kalpataravo Juma Bhumish Chintamani Ganamayi Toyam Amritam Kataganam Natyam Gamanam Apivamshi Priyasaki Chiranandam Jyoti Paramapi Tarasvadyam Apicha Sayacha Shirabdi Shavati Surabhi Byascha Sumahan Nimeshardakyo va vrajati nahiya chapi samaya. Bhaje Shweta Dvipam tamaham iha golokam itiyam. Virantaste santakshiti virala chara kati paye. And the conclusion of this verse is saying that the persons who know this Vrindavan, you can count them on the fingers of one hand. So Gurudev's linking that idea with this statement of Kaviraj Goswami. Very few persons, they can know this. With the proper vision, we can know this comment of Brahma Samhita, and the comment of Kaviraj Goswami, and the comment of Bhaktivinoda Thakur to be one and the same. Bhaktivinoda Thakur also commented, if you think you know everything about Krishna, you are living in a fool's paradise. We have seen many that think they are enlightened by Krishna consciousness. They have much knowledge about Krishna consciousness, but they are living in a fool's paradise. Here it is indicated in this shloka of Brahma Samhita, Vidantaste santakshiti virala chara katipaye. There are very, very few saints of that caliber, almost none, who can understand this. Amongst many saints, sadhus, devotees, scarcely one can understand this. This is the real line of the teachings of Srila Rupa Goswami. He is given the perfect knowledge, but it will not be revealed to anyone without surrender to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. No doubt, in one respect, this comment of Kaviraj Goswami makes us feel very hopeless. But on the other hand, we do have the possibility to gain entrance to that abode, which is full of Krishna prema. Chintamani prakada sadmasu kalpa riksha lakshariteshu surabhira vipalayantam lakshmi sahasra shata samrama sevyamanam govindamadi purusham tamaham cham. Do you recognize that one? Which one is this? It's the first one of Lord Brahma's prayers, the very first, when he begins. It's okay, you don't have to say the translation, but you'll begin to recognize this is the very first one. Huh? Yes. And kalpa riksha, the trees are wish-fulfilling trees. Lakshavriteshu sudabhira vipalayantam, and hundreds of thousands of cows, who are all Surabhi cows. They're always giving freely this divine milk. And Lakshmi Sahasra, and there are thousands and thousands of these beautiful gopis there who are serving the Lord with love. How sweet is this expression! Mahaprabhu himself brought this to the world. From here we cannot conceive the divine love of all the entities in that transcendental abode of Krishna. But one day, by the grace of Gurudev, it may be possible for it to be revealed in our hearts. We are always hopeful, and we will not be satisfied with anything else. These are the teachings of Sri Gurudev. Srila Rupa Goswami said, Virachaya mayidandam dinabandho dayamva gatir ihana bhavata kachid anyamavasti nipata tushata kotir nirbaram va navambas tadapi kila payoda stuyate chatakena. The chatak bird will not be satisfied with water found anywhere on this earth. But only a few drops of water from the blue cloud in the sky will satisfy him. There is so much water in the ponds, the river, the ocean, he won't take one drop of it. That is the nature of the chatak. The blue cloud may punish him with a thunderbolt, but he never stopped singing the glories of the cloud. This is chastity. This is surrender. This shloka shows us this in full. I do not want anything else from anywhere. I want nothing but your mercy. Please give it to me. Das Goswami also expressed the same. Shri Rup Sanatan, Shri Jiva Goswami, Shri Raghunath Das Goswami. They are all in that mood, and that group is our heart, our life. Ashabarer mita sindhu mayayika tanchit kalo mayati gamita gila sampradamhi tvam chet kripam mayi vidasya sinaiva kimme praner varjena cha vararu bakharinapi. O Radharani, it is my only hope that you will bestow your mercy on my head. and to this day I have sustained that hope for my whole life. At that time, Raghunath Das was perhaps 80 or 82 years old when he composed this. This is my only hope. You will bestow your mercy upon me. This is all I want. Without your mercy, I do not want even Krishna. What shall I do without your mercy? I do not want Krishna's mercy either. If Krishna will come to me, I must say to him, please wait here. Only if Radharani gives her permission can I talk to you. And I am praying my whole lifetime, O Radharani, for your mercy. Your mercy is my only objective. I am living in Braja Dham for that purpose alone. Otherwise, if you do not bestow your mercy, I have no interest even in a relationship with Krishna. This is the most special kind of devotion. Wow. It's amazing. Now, this level of devotion, this is so high, like we're stuck on the level of not being able to give up material enjoyments, And, where is Das Goswami, where's Raghunath Das Goswami living? That he's not even interested in Krishna if there's no connection with Radharani. It's like light years away. Light years away. But, this is the channel. We have to proceed. Gurudev, this was an expression of Gurudev. We have to proceed in the proper channel. Otherwise, we won't get anything. In the same way, Gurudev's saying, glorifying here, our, these great charges of our line, Rup, Sanatan, Jiva, Raghunath. Gurudev saying, this group, they are our heart, But at the same time, we cannot directly go to them. We go in the proper, we don't want them without our Gurudev, without the connection of our Gurudev. That connection with our Guru, that's what makes their connection meaningful and substantial. Everything must be in the proper channel. And so, Raghunath Das Goswami, without the connection of Radharani, does not even want Krishna. Well, I'm wondering if I should stop there. I would like to finish the chapter, but I think it's too much. Maybe.
It's like 5:59.
5:59.
I think it's fairly good question.
We've had a lot. We have a lot to digest here. So, yeah, we don't need to squeeze everything in. So, if we can just appreciate one sentence, then our life is successful. So we can consider what we've heard. Jai Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. So we will have our evening arati.